നമ്മളൊരു ദിവസം ഒത്തിരി ഡിസിഷൻസ് എടുക്കാറുണ്ട്, ഫ്രം മൈനർ തിങ്സ് ലൈക്ക് വാട്ട് മൂവി ടു വാച്ച് ടു മേജർ തിങ്സ് ലൈക്ക് ഹൂ ടു വോട്ട്. പക്ഷേ a lot of these decisions come with a lot of inaccuracies. These inaccuracies stem from our brain's tendency to form a subjective reality for ourselves. These tendencies are called cognitive biases. Before you get bored with the theory, let me make it a little more fun by explaining to you the different types of cognitive biases using examples from Malayalam cinema. Number 1. Anchoring bias. Anchoring bias എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ it is a cognitive bias that causes one to rely heavily on the first piece of information that they get about a topic. This disallows them from seeing the entire picture through an objective lens. For example, Runway എന്ന സിനിമയിൽ കവിയൂർ പൊന്നമ്മയുടെ character gets to hear something unprecedented about her son, at which point she decides that this information is sufficient for her to stop talking to him. And so she says, എനിക്കൊന്നും കേൾക്കണ്ട, നിന്നെ പോലൊരു മകനെ എനിക്ക് വേണ്ട. Number 2.
Hindsight bias,
or also called as എനിക്കപ്പോഴേ അറിയായിരുന്നു effect, is a tendency to look back at an unpredictable event and think that it was easily predictable. കുഞ്ഞി രാമായണത്തിലെ രതീഷ്, played by Harish Kanaran, is among the mob that jovially celebrates the news that Lalu finally SSLC passai. But later when they realized that they had instead entered the wrong registration number and that Lalu വീണ്ടും SSLC തോറ്റു, Ratish goes on to say, ഞാൻ അപ്പം മനസ്സിലാക്കി ഇവൻ തോക്കൂന്ന്. Number 3. Halo effect. It is the tendency of one positive trait of a person to influence people's perception about them in other areas of life. Unni from Amar Akbar Antony had a pleasant disposition and dressed well everywhere. This led to people branding him as Nallavanaya Unni while he was busy building a Kanjav empire in his terrace. Number 4. Misinformation effect. Misinformation effect is the tendency where a post-event information interferes with the memory of the original event. Sometimes the most subtle details following an event can have a dramatic impact on how people remember things. How dramatic, you ask? How to get away with murder level dramatic. Number 5. Optimism bias. Optimism bias is a mistaken belief that our chance of experiencing something negative in life is much lower and our chance of experiencing something positive in life is much higher than that of our peers. Vadakan selfie Umesh oru class apart and overtly optimistic about success in everything. His love life, his supplies, his welfare scheme in Hartal, his short film, without actually doing any analysis of the situation. If you relate to the supplies part, drop a broken heart in the comment. Number 6. Availability bias. It is a mental shortcut where a person relies on the immediate example that they find while analyzing a specific concept or a decision. The Tivravadi, played by Suraj Venyaramudu from Three Kings, breaks down the incomprehensible slogam into its literal sense to find some long lost nidhi. While analyzing Ayyanju Ranjumadi, he narrows down to 3 Ranjus he is acquainted with, neglecting the fact that there are 50,000 other Ranjus in this world, thus falling prey to availability bias. Number 7. Confirmation bias. Commonly used in social media debates, it refers to the innate tendency to search for, interpret, favor or recall information that supports our inbuilt beliefs and values. നന്ദനത്തിലെ കുമ്പിടി ഈ ബേസിക് ഹ്യൂമൻ ടെൻഡൻസിനെ നല്ലോണം മുതലാക്കുന്നുണ്ട് to save himself from scrutiny. When Keshavanaya questions him about his legitimacy as a Swami, he lays a bait that confirms the inherent superstitions held by Keshavan. Number 8. Ostrich effect. It refers to the tendency to avoid any dangerous or negative information by closing oneself from it. When we first meet Arun, he's chilling in Dubai. Manicure kanakina dirham spend cheyidundu, ignoring the fact that he's neck deep in debt. But of course, Machan is busy verpicaling the Burj Khalifa people singing Nenjinulil Cheeraganangi while he should be actually singing Credit Default Ayi Pandaradai. There are more that can be added to this list, like the Dunning-Kruger effect, the gambler's fallacy and bandwagon effect. But the list of cognitive bias is very long and this video is meant to be an appetizer for you to explore the tasty world of cognition. Being aware of the possibility of these biases is the first step towards not falling prey to them while making a decision. നമുക്ക് വേണമെങ്കിൽ ഇതിനെപ്പറ്റി ഡീറ്റെയിൽ ആയിട്ട് വേറൊരു വീഡിയോ സംസാരിക്കാം. Also, tell us about more example of cognitive biases that you can think of in the comment section. Till then, this is Anjali signing off. Oh, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to PinkLungi.